So guys, the importance of a home inspection really can't be understated. There is just so much in a home that you can't see with the naked eye. And so having someone that can do a deep dive into the property and really look at everything under the surface is essential. Now, we already talked earlier about how it's your decision as to who you use for your home inspections, but once you've chosen a home inspector, there's not a lot of things that you need to do. There's not a lot of action to be taken. So really you can just kind of sit back and relax and let's wait to get the inspection report. Now, we talked earlier about how it's completely your decision with whom you have the inspection done. And of course, you can do as many inspections as you'd like. You could bring out not only the home inspector, but also a foundation inspector or structural engineer, electrical engineer. You could bring out a plumber. You could bring out running out of people. But you can bring out as many people as you would like. The great thing about a home inspector is that a licensed home inspector typically has experience in all of those trades, and they go through special licensing to be able to work within those fields. So they're completely qualified to go through the home and inspect those individual trades. For instance, plumbing, electrical, foundation. Now, keep in mind, they're not going to give you a professional opinion, but they do know enough to say something's wrong or this looks good. Now, after the inspection, you're going to get a report that can vary significantly in length. So please just do not get concerned if it looks long. I've seen reports as small as 30 pages and as long as 80 some pages. And it's really easy to get overwhelmed with 80 pages of issues going on in the house that you're trying to buy. This is where I always want to reassure buyers that this really is the inspector's job. They are trying to go through the home and expose every single defect that they can find. They're going to go through everything piece by piece, and they're going to give you their professional opinion on whether or not this item is in good working order, maybe needs some repair, or is on its last leg and needs to be replaced. They're also going to identify potential safety hazards and issues with the structure itself. Now, it's important to know that if we discover any major system issues, we've got a few options. One is you can immediately back out. Maybe that's something that you don't even want to mess with. But two, and what I recommend is let's at that point bring in a specialist. So if we happen to have issues with the structure or foundation, well, maybe we bring in a structural engineer and a foundation tech to give us some reports and opinions. Or if there is some electrical issues in the home, we can have an electrician come out and give us a report and an estimate to repair those issues. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I always recommend starting with the home inspection and letting the home inspector run through and do their thing. Then you can review the report, pick out the things that are actually concerning or major defects or safety hazards, and then we get to ask the seller for repairs.